You look up at the night sky and see a star twinkling brighter than usual. But wait, that's not a star. That's a supernova explosion. A giant star has just detonated somewhere not too far from Earth in the vastness of space, and the light from its death has finally reached us. Sounds like something out of a science fiction movie? Not at all. This is one of the real cosmic disasters. And if it happens close enough, it could wipe out all life on our blue planet in a matter of seconds. So, what would happen if a supernova exploded near Earth? Could we escape in time? Could we survive? Or would we just become a faint trace in the universe? The answer might send chills down your spine. Let's find out. When a massive star, several times the mass of our sun, reaches the end of its life, it doesn't just die. It goes out with a bang so powerful, the entire universe takes notice. In just a few seconds, that star can shine brighter than an entire galaxy, packed with hundreds of billions of other stars. Sounds unbelievable, but it's true. One of these explosions, called a supernova, can be seen from millions of light years away. It's like a cosmic torch flaring up, then fading into the dark. And in those first few seconds, a supernova can release more energy than our sun will emit over its entire 10 billion year lifetime. It doesn't just light up the universe. It literally shakes the fabric of space itself, sending out gravitational waves and high-energy particles across the cosmos. The star's core collapses in on itself. What's left behind depends on how massive the star was to begin with. If it's big, but not too big, it might become a neutron star, an ultra-dense object only a few dozen kilometers wide, but heavier than our sun. But if the star is truly gigantic, it collapses into something far more extreme, a black hole, a region of space so intense that not even light can escape. And here's the wildest part. All the heavy elements we know and love, like iron, gold, and silver, the stuff that makes up Earth and even our own bodies, were forged in supernova explosions billions of years ago. In other words, we're made from the ashes of stars that died in glory. If a supernova exploded just 30 light years away from Earth, don't expect to have any chance of escape. It might sound like a threat straight out of a sci-fi movie, but this is a very real danger lurking in our universe. In the instant the star blows up, that giant would unleash an immense blast of gamma rays and X-rays, sweeping through space at the speed of light. And if our Earth happens to be right in its line of fire, the entire ozone layer that shields our planet would be torn apart within minutes. In that moment, you wouldn't need a single flame to ignite. The radiation would roast you from the inside out, shattering your DNA, killing your cells, and leaving your body to rot away invisibly. But that's just the beginning. Thousands of years later, a massive shockwave from the explosion would arrive, carrying countless high-energy particles, like a cosmic storm, powerful enough to strip away Earth's entire atmosphere. The ionosphere, the ozone layer, even the magnetic field protecting our planet could all be blown away, leaving behind a bare Earth with no air, no water, and no life. And if you think we're too far away to be affected, remember this. Scientists have found traces of iron-60, an element that only forms in supernovae, buried deep under the ocean floor, suggesting that such an explosion may have happened frighteningly close, just a few million years ago. We, humans, have been lucky enough to survive until today. But the universe is a beautiful yet merciless place, where just one explosion, even dozens of light years away, could be enough to wipe out all life on Earth. And if it ever happens, we won't get to witness that spectacular sight in the sky, because before we can see a thing, we'll already be gone. Is there any chance of survival left? The answer is maybe, but not for us. When a supernova explodes close enough to reach Earth, the surface of our planet turns into a blazing nightmare. The ozone is torn apart, the atmosphere shredded, and radiation pours down like a deadly rain. Trees burn to ash, animals face mass extinction, the oceans boil under ultraviolet rays and high-energy particles. The ground, once the cradle of life, becomes a dead land. Yet even in hell, life might quietly endure. Deep beneath the ground, where light can't reach, where temperatures stay steady and radiation struggles to penetrate, extremophile organisms could still survive. Take Deinococcus radiodurans, for example, nicknamed the radiation-proof monster. This bacterium can withstand doses of radiation 1,000 times higher than what would kill a human. Creatures like these don't need sunlight. They feed on energy from rocks, chemical reactions, or minerals deep inside the earth. Even if the surface is scorched, some species will keep going, not to survive, but simply because they can. And who knows? Maybe in that darkness, a spark of hope will flicker. When the radiation finally fades after hundreds of thousands of years, a new form of life could evolve from these stubborn biological remnants. Not life as we know it, but life adapted to hell, thriving without sunlight, without clean air, yet still moving forward. Perhaps millions of years from now, deep underground, in the darkness, a new intelligent species will open its eyes for the first time and wonder, was there ever someone here before us? Meanwhile, humanity, civilization, our buildings, songs, memories, and dreams will be nothing more than a thin layer of dust buried between the rocks. If a supernova exploded near Earth, what happens in the first moment is just the prologue. The real disaster begins after that. When the ozone layer is ripped apart by gamma radiation, Earth loses its shield against ultraviolet rays from the sun. Within days, the UV levels hitting the surface would skyrocket, killing off phytoplankton, those tiny creatures that play a critical role in our oceans. And when the plankton die, the entire ocean food chain collapses. No small fish, no big fish. No ocean, no stable climate. And soon enough, we'll feel it right on our dinner plates. On land, forests are bleached by UV rays, farmlands dry up because soil microbes that hold moisture and enrich nutrients are gone. The air grows toxic. Sunlight barely pierces the nitrogen haze, the result of chemical reactions triggered by the radiation hitting our atmosphere. The sky turns a sickly yellow-brown, choked with radioactive dust and toxic gases. Nights drag on unnaturally, winters don't end, and an artificial ice age begins, not because of cold, but because Earth has been scorched and abandoned. No ozone layer, no ocean life. We lose our food chain. No green trees, no clear skies. We lose our familiar rhythm of life. No climate, no seasons. We lose our hope. Humans might find ways to survive, sealed inside bunkers, deep underground, living off stored energy and technology. But the bigger question is, would it be worth it? Would it be worth surviving in a world with no life, no nature, and no hope of rebuilding? That's the price Earth could pay when a star dies. And sometimes the end of a planet doesn't come from within. It comes from the brightest things out there.